Anyone can do this card trick. So if you've never done a card trick before and you just want to learn one to blow people away and impress anyone, then this is the one. Learn this and you're going to have a party piece. You're sorted. So you're going to borrow a deck of cards. Have the deck shuffled up by the spectator, right? They give them a really good mix. And then when they are happy, you get them to pick any card. So let's say they reach in and they choose a card like this and they remember the card, all right? Then you divide the deck into 3 piles as such, and you say to them, you can put your card on any one of the piles. They got a free choice at this point, it doesn't matter where they put it. So let's say they put it here, like so. You say, brilliant, we're gonna bury that into the deck. So they had a free choice of any card, they've put it back wherever they wanted. Now it seems absolutely impossible that you can find the card. And you say to them, I'm gonna go through the cards like this, and I'm gonna try and pick up on your card. Now, don't give me any clues if you see it. Okay, I'm just gonna use my psychic intuition. All right, I'm gonna try and pick up on the card if I can, if it's possible. And we're gonna see what we can do. Okay, I need ultimate concentration for this. I think I've got an idea of what it could be, maybe, but it's not actually showing up yet. In fact, you say, I'll tell you what, we'll do something differently. Okay, I'm gonna try and do this by sleight of hand. So in other words, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and dead cut exactly to your card. Check this out, this is really impressive. I'll cut the cards here. You say, what was your card? And they say 8 of spades, and you go, ace, it was close. No? No, okay. Not impressed, we'll try again. Dead cutting to the card, 4 of clubs, no. You say, I tell you what, your card is actually very obedient. You give them the deck, they take the deck in their hands, and you say, just spell out the name of your card. And they spell out EIGHTOFSPADES. And the next card is their card, the 8 of spades. It is such an impressive trick, it is so easy. Anyone can do it. Let's get into it. Guys, if you like the trick, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe because we do new awesome tricks like this every single week. And if you think this is a banger, then write banger in the comments down below, just so I know that you guys are enjoying it. And if you'd like to take your magic to the next level, you might want to check out my Magic Mastery VIP bundle. It is 4 courses in one. It is the Ultimate Beginner's Magic course. It's the best self-working card tricks ever, and it is 2 masterclasses, both of which sold out within the first few days of me announcing them. It's everything that you need to take you from beginner to pro. So I'll put a link on the screen, I'll pop a link in the description below. But right now, we're going to get into the explanation for this one. Let's get into it. All right guys, this is a great little trick that pretty much anyone can do. So even if you've never done any tricks before, you're gonna be able to do this. So you borrow a deck of cards, you get the cards shuffled, and then when you get the cards back, you're gonna tap them on the table to square them up. And that seems pretty innocent, but that's rubbish. What you're actually doing is you're tapping them on the table so that now I can clearly see the bottom card of the deck. I'm looking at the face card, right? As I tap them like so, I can see the bottom card of the deck and I can see that it's the ace of spades. That is gonna be my key card, okay? So as you get the cards back, tap them up, clock the ace of spades or clock whatever card's on the bottom and remember it. That's gonna be your key card. So now you ask them to take a card. They can take any card they want. So they take this card, the King of Hearts, okay? Then you can get them to divide the deck into 3 piles. So in other words, you say to them, cut the deck into roughly 3 equal piles, and they might do something like this. But however they do it, keep track of the bottom card. Yeah, keep track of where the bottom card is, the bottom pile, because that's where your key card is. So now you say to them, you can put your card on top of any of the piles. It's up to you, free choice. Now, a couple of things can happen here. If they put their card onto this pile, what you want to do is we want to be putting the key card on top of their card. So if they put it on the pile where your key card is, what you're going to do is ask them to just give the cards a single cut. And now the key card is going on top of their selection, right? Job done. If they put it onto one of the other piles, so for example, if they put it in the pile in the middle, you would then just take this pile and put it on top. And same again, if they choose to put it on this pile, you would take the pile with your key card over here and you put it on top. So now your key card's going next to their card, all right? Simple. And then you're going to take the bigger portion and just put it onto the remaining pile. And that's important because that gives us more cards later. I'll show you why that's important. So now you say you're going to go through the cards and you're going to try and pick up on a psychic vibration or some rubbish, right? And here's what you're going to do. So you're going to deal the cards out. Now you're going to deal maybe 5 or 6 cards in the first pile, like this. I'm going to go to the second pile and deal a similar number of cards, like 5 or 6. But now we're getting into the area where the card is. It's going to be around about the middle of the deck. So now what I'm doing is I'm looking for my key card. I'm looking for my ace of spades. So I'm dealing like this, and I'm just waiting for my ace of spades to show up. There it is. I know the next card is going to be theirs. So I start a new pile, and I look at their card. Now I know it's the king of hearts. I deal a few more cards, like this, as if I've not noticed it. And now I'm going to start a new pile, and I'm going to actually spell the name of their card, right? Super sneaky. So I go, in my head, I go Kingarts, right? So now the exact number of cards that are going to be used to spell their card. And then I just continue dealing, okay? And don't deal any more on top of this pile, otherwise you're going to mess it up. But you could actually look through, and I just look through and I go, we'll try something else. And put them down, it doesn't matter. As long as you don't put them here, you're good. So now I'm going to gather the piles in a certain order. I'm going to pick up my spelt pile first, so the king of hearts pile. Yeah, that will spell to king of hearts. Then I'm going to pick up the pile with their card, the king of hearts. I'm going to put that on top, like this. And then I'm just going to gather all the other cards and put them on top. Okay. And what you've done now is you've positioned their card so that it will spell. So you can do a couple of things where you act like you try and cut to the card, and you mess it up each time like this, and eventually give them the cards and you say, spell out the king of hearts, spell out the name of your card. And they say Kingarts. The next card will always be the selected card. It's a really, really easy trick, but it's a powerful one. And if you only learn one, it's a pretty good one to start. Guys, if you like it, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. You can learn tricks every single week for free. And if you want to check out my most viral tricks on YouTube, check out this playlist next. Thanks a lot. I'll see you in the next video.